Hi, I'm Daniel, and this video contains spoilers, so watch the show first or you'll be confused. To start off, I will briefly discuss the first two seasons. I mentioned at the end of my top 10 DreamWorks films video that I liked the show. And that is for its great story, characters, animation world, and how it answers questions that were built up. Now, I am going to go through each episode relatively quickly. So, episode 1, Everything is Crabs, takes place months after the season 2 finale, and it's about Kipo trying to unite the different species of mute. I think this was a good premiere, which starts the human mute best friend the Giants well, and this episode ends with Dramak the best character getting kidnapped. Episode 2, Code Word MILKSHAKE. Kipo, Wolf, Benson and Troy save Amelia's kidnapped mutes, and are trying to convince the humans that she is the villain. This episode was good. I don't really have anything to say on this, so let's move on. Episode 3, A Wolf in Wolf's Clothing. One of the wolf children needs Wolf's help to save the other one from Amelia, and Kipo is trying to get Skyamane to reform and apologize. I was expecting Wolf backstory from this episode and didn't get it, but I don't think that's bad. Also, the twist was really unexpected despite the opening scene implying it, and Benson and Dave constantly foreshadowing it. I also like the side plot because I like well-written redemption arcs. Episode 4, Don't You Forget a Meow Me. Kipo plans how she can save her friends with the help of her dad and Yumian. I like the water guy and wish he appeared more, and the scene at the end where Yumian gets unmutated is really sad. Episode 5, Song Remix. Kipo's mother turns back into a human and is trying to find a way to re-mutate mutes, and she joins Kipo on an adventure to get the bees on their side. I am surprised by how Kipo's mother turned back human without needing a big build-up, and I like how Wolf is treated as part of the family. Episode 6, It's a Trap. The humans come up with a way to get through the Death IV, so it's up to the human mute best friend the Giants to hold them back with traps. But someone of each species gets unmutated. This episode is good, but mostly set up for the next 4 episodes, to be honest. Episode 7, Requiem for Dave. To stop Kipo from sinking the humans' boat, Dave tells the story of a war between humans and Daves over a fan, which ends up with him and Benson as the last of their kind and they become friends. I like how we got a backstory of how Dave and Benson met, and Dave destroying a city which must have killed lots of people. Speaking of murder, Kipo doubting her own views on humans and mute uniting is an interesting concept for her character. Episode 8, Hidden Treasures. Kipo invites the humans and mutes to prom. The humans, including Amelia, immediately agree, but the mutes need more convincing. Meanwhile, Benson wants to ask Troy to the prom, and Wolf and Skyamane think there is a saboteur. Wolf and Skyamane are a great duo, and the end is more conflicting because it isn't giving Amelia a second chance, but it is clear she is up to something, and considering what happened in the next episode, maybe they were in the right. Episode 9, Promises. We find out through flashbacks Amelia's backstory where her father pushed this belief on her, and she even killed her own brother to keep that belief. Meanwhile, Wolf and Skyamane try to find Amelia, but end up deciding to trust Kipo. Wolf getting rid of her wolf skin because she fits in as a human in Kuyo, and I wasn't expecting Amelia's backstory at all. This was a great penultimate episode for the entire show. Episode 10, Age of the Wonderbeasts. When the unmutated fireworks don't work, Amelia turns herself into a mute and battles Kipo. For finale, I was expecting a bigger climax, that really wasn't needed. Skyamane permanently dies, and it was another really sad moment. Something I need to talk about quick is Amelia's henchmen. One of them got redeemed earlier in the season, and that was done good. but the other one got a 40-minute redemption and was annoying throughout the entire season. Then there is a 5-year time skip where some of them have new hairstyles, Dramaxat, Bunny Transport, Troy and Benson run a cafe, etc. Also, the unmutated animals didn't get cured, which was surprising that it never got so, but sometimes there isn't a cure to things. This was the best season in my opinion, and there is very few complaints and unanswered questions. There is nothing that needed to be answered. There is Wolf's parents and name for example, but it still works not knowing. The animation is great. I was scared it would get worse as the season went on because it was finished at home, but it stayed beautiful. Mondu barely appeared aside from defeating the villain, but that is very mild criticism. In conclusion, it feels like this show was fast. It only started in January and now it's over. I think it works being a short series with only 30 episodes because that's all it needed. Despite She-Ra being a slightly better show in my opinion, the final season was a bit rushed and yet questions unanswered, while this didn't. The season gets a 9.5 out of 10, and the best episode was Requirement for Dave. The end.